In this tutorial, I'll be going over how to prepare your Windows 8 or 8.1 app for the Windows Store. I'll be using the Microsoft Visual Studio 2012, and this is a C# Windows Store project. When you're developing your app, be sure to think about what you want to name it. Microsoft requires that every app have a unique name, which isn't always easy to come up with. To reserve your app name, open your Visual Studio project and click Project, go down to Store, and click on Reserve App Name. This will open the Windows Developer Center webpage where you will log in and begin the process. It's a fairly straightforward process, so I won't be covering it in detail. Just make sure you come up with a few ideas beforehand to save yourself some trouble. Before we get started in Visual Studio, I want to go over creating a logo for your app. Microsoft requires 4 different sizes, and they can be either a JPEG or BMP file. The first one is the regular logo, and that's 150 by 150 pixels. A small logo, which is 30 by 30 pixels. A store logo, which is 50 by 50 pixels. And a splash screen, which is 620 by 300 pixels. When you have the logos designed and looking the way you like, you'll need to move them into the Assets folder in the Solution Explorer. To get there, open your project folder, open the next project folder here, go into Assets, and put them in here. I've made up a few simple ones. I'm going to select them all and just drag and drop. And now we'll be able to access these images in Visual Studio. Since we're not using them, we can go ahead and delete these blank ones here. Before our app can be submitted, there are a few things we need to complete. First, we're going to open the package.appx manifest page located in the Solution Explorer by double-clicking it. The Application UI tab will automatically be selected, so let's start here. First, we'll edit the display name. By default, the name of the file is entered here, but that's not what we want to name our app. We'll name it Push the button. Next, we're going to write a little description. In this case, this is a simple click the button and a message appears, so that's what we'll type. Next, we're going to look at supported rotations. I'm going to check mine as landscape because that's the only one that I have coded for. Next, we're going to look at the visual assets. Here we have the short name, which is the name that appears underneath your tile in the Start menu. I'm going to leave this blank so it'll use the app name itself. We'll leave this as all logos and the other default. Next, we're going to go over the logos. There are a lot of different sizes and types of logos, but we're only going to go over the ones that are absolutely necessary. First, we're going to add the 150 by 150 pixel by clicking this ellipses, clicking the appropriate file, and opening it. Next, we'll go to small logo, which is the 30 by 30. Open that one. The store logo, which is the 50 by 50. Which is this one here. Open that one. And finally the splash screen, which is the 620 by 300. Okay, and once you have all your image assets all set, you can go ahead and build it and debug it. Now I still have these X's here. I'm not sure why. Seems to be there's some kind of issue, but it works. When you debug, it'll open with a splash screen, and then your application will come up. Push a button, there's a secret message. If you press the Windows key, open up your Start menu, and there's your app right there. And now we're going to push the Stop Debugging button here, and we'll go over to the Capabilities tab. This tab shows a list of capabilities that your application will be having access to. For example, your microphone, if you're making a recording app, webcam, and all the other libraries. I'm going to leave mine as the default because it's just a simple push button app. It doesn't really actually do anything. Next, we're going to go into the Declarations tab. Here we have another list of things that your app will have to declare if you want access to them, such as search, file types, camera settings, so on and so forth. Last, we're going to look at the Packaging tab. Here we have the packaging name. This specifies the name that identifies the package on the computer. This you're going to leave as default. The package display name specifies the name of the app that appears in the store. This will be replaced when the app is uploaded. Version is the version of the app that you are working on. Since this is the first build, I'm going to leave mine as 1.0.0. The publisher is you, the creator of the app. If you have more than one certificate, you can choose a different one. I leave mine as default because I only have one. The publisher display name is a name that is displayed on the developer portal website. You can edit this however you like. I'm going to leave it as it is because I'm not really going to be uploading this. And finally, the package family name. This is a name that identifies the package on the system. This is very important for uploading the app to this site. Yours will have a series of letters and numbers. For this tutorial, I erased mine. I would suggest leaving it as the default. Now that we've covered the main aspects, your app is just about ready for release. The next part is to log into your Microsoft developer account and submit your app. This can be a long process, but it's very straightforward to use. Good luck, happy coding, and thanks for watching.